Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Now, of course, I like Oregon. I'm an Oregon fan. I'm just talking trash. I don't mean half of what I'm about to say, except when it comes to that soft state university down in Columbus. Okay, we start things off with Idaho State, right? No, just Idaho. We should beat them, no problem. Boise State at home, same thing. At Oregon State, we should beat them, no problem. They lost a lot of their players. Their head coach is off at Michigan State. But we'll get the beat on him too, but not in this week. At UCLA, they lost their defensive coordinator. They lost some players. I think we should win, no problem. We'll be 4-0 to start the year. And then we come back home to take on Michigan State. Michigan State went and got some good players out the portal. They also got Oregon State's head football coach. He's their new coach. I still don't think Michigan State's going to be that great in year one. I think they'll be better than what they have been a long time. I mean, their coach is really good. He was good enough to beat us 2 years ago. So, I mean, anything's possible, but I doubt it. So, I see Michigan State struggling against us and all that good stuff. I'm going to talk about Ohio State and Michigan and Wisconsin last. I'm going to skip the Ohio State game. At Purdue, Purdue does not have Jeff Brom anymore. As we all know, he's about to have his second year with the Louisville Cardinals. He's doing really good over there, actually. We should beat them, no problem, at home. Or, no, it's not at home. It's at Purdue. We come back home to take on Illinois. We should beat them, no problem. Also, I really don't see many threats on this schedule, to be honest with you. And this is no disrespect to the Big Ten. But I'm just being completely honest. Outside of Michigan, Ohio State, realistically, Penn State, maybe, I don't see anybody beating us this year. You know, I really don't. I'm being honest. I mean, sorry, that's just the way it is. I'm going to skip the Michigan game, and then we come back home to take on Maryland. Maryland lost their quarterback. They do have a good coach. He does have some winning seasons, back-to-back bowl wins. He beat NC State in a bowl the year before last, and last year he beat Auburn. All right, without his quarterback to beat them, so that's pretty cool. And then we come back to take on Washington at home to end the year. Washington, I'm tired of y'all. Y'all keep beating us. Y'all beaten us at least 3 times in a row, at least, with Penix. But guess what? He's gone, so is their head coach. He's off to run Alabama into the ground. So we're going to beat the brakes off of Washington this year. I'm tired of Washington. I'm tired of talking about how great they are. I'm tired of them beating us and embarrassing us in front of College Game Day, whether it's at their field or in the Big Ten, the Pac-12 championship like it was last year. We got embarrassed. So, yeah. Now, I want to talk about the Ohio State game first. It's a home game for us. Now, look, I know I talked trash about Ohio State in another video, but I'm going to be realistic. Ohio State's going to have a really talented, loaded team this year. That's the nice part I'm going to say about Ohio State. Now, here's the realistic part. Ohio State's talent has not been an issue. They've had the best players in the country for years now, whether it's been Urban Meyer or Ryan Day. So recruiting and having the best players has not been a problem. The problem for Ohio State has been the line of scrimmage, just like the Michigan fan version of myself has been saying. Anytime they play a physical team at the line of scrimmage, whether it's Notre Dame, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Penn State, they always have a hard time. Okay? Michigan has had their number for the past 3 years, and I'm going to get to them later. But I don't see them beating us, whether it's in their field. Last time we beat them over there, actually. Now, granted, Ohio State has defensively gotten better. They went and got Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State, who's a great defensive coordinator. But I don't think they're beating us on the line of scrimmage. Sorry. We just got Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma, too. He's a really good player. He's a winner. We're going to win this game 42-35, 42-38, something real close. I believe I gave that score prediction out in my Ohio State version video. So, yeah, we should beat them regardless of where that game is being played. I know I sound cocky, but I'm just saying it like it is. Oregon's a very tough physical team. We're just as talented as they are, if not more. I believe we have the better quarterback. I don't know if Coach Lanning is a better coach than Ryan Day, but I believe his team is going to be better than Ohio State's. Sorry. Let's talk about Michigan. This is a very dangerous game for us. I'll be honest, Michigan did lose basically their whole team, aside from Donovan Edwards, Will Johnson, and a few other playmakers on that football team. They have Sharon Moore. I think he's going to be a great coach for Michigan. I really do. And I truly believe he was doing way more than what his job title said, whether he was the offensive line coach, the offensive play caller, or the interim coach. I believe he was already coaching those guys about like Jim Harbaugh was supposed to be doing while he was out for all those games. Now, I imagine in practice, Jim Harbaugh could go to practice, but I also imagine Sharon Moore was doing things his way, knowing Jim Harbaugh was most likely going to be gone at the end of the year, whether they won it all or they didn't. So I still think we're better than Michigan. It is over there. This game is so important. I have us beating Michigan 35-31. I think that was the score in my Michigan video. I think I made this video about a month ago, so I can't remember. But I do know it was a close game. I believe Dillon Gabriel will be the difference in this game. I know they have Alex Orji, they have a guy named Warren, and they have talent there at quarterback, but they don't really have a proven guy. Now, I'll be honest, if Michigan had J.J. McCarthy, they will beat us over there. They won't beat us at home. But I still think we're the better team. Dan Lanning is still a fairly young coach, but at this point, he has coached a lot longer as a head coach than Sharon Moore has. So I think that gives us the edge and a very close victory. Now let's talk about this Wisconsin game. Again, Wisconsin was not very special last year, but they just had a first-year coach. He's about to be in his second year. I like that they got Tyler Van Dyke from Miami. I know he had some down years at Miami, but when he was well coached, he played pretty well, especially as a true freshman in 2021. He got hurt a lot in 2022. 2023, he had kind of a down year. Yeah, but Wisconsin's a tough team. They're a physical team. And because we're playing them late in the year, it's literally the game we have before we take on Washington at home. It's an away game. It's probably going to be a night game. Something tells me that Wisconsin is going to have a surprise for us, just like they're going to have for Alabama. And Wisconsin, Coach Fickle from Cincinnati. That's the coach's name. I think he's going to have his guys ready to go. I don't think Wisconsin's going to be a Big Ten champion or anything like that, but I think they'll be pretty close. I still think they're a team that's going to lose some games that they probably should not lose or that they are expected to lose, but they're really good enough to beat somebody they're not supposed to beat. And it's going to be either Alabama or Oregon. Excuse me. I think they beat us. I think they beat us. I think we, if you look back at Dillon Gabriel's career, he is a winner, but he does have a turnover problem at times. If you look at his Oklahoma career this past year, they lost to Kansas and they lost to Oklahoma State. Now, in the bowl game that they lost to Arizona, had nothing to do with him. He wasn't on the team anymore, but he had turnovers. I think he cost us this game, and Wisconsin pulls off a massive upset at home. I definitely know that Wisconsin's not better than us, but again, I think they're going to be a really good football team. They were pretty good last year. I think they'll be a lot better this year. They're good enough to win 9 or 10 games this year and take that momentum into next season. That's that type of team I'm talking about. That team that's good enough to win, to play great at home against a superior team like us. But we go over there and lay a big egg and we turn the ball over. We do a lot of things we shouldn't do. I think that's the game we have. I have Wisconsin beating us 28-24. And then, of course, I have us beating Washington. So there you have it. The Oregon Ducks, I have us going 11-1. Best case, we can go undefeated. Worst case, we lose we lose to either Ohio State or Michigan. And then we still lose to Wisconsin, missing the playoffs again, going 10-2. So that's my opinion. I mean, that's still really good, a 10-win season. We should win no less than 10 games, but we should be at least 11-1, excuse me. Definitely can go 12-0. I think we're better than any of those teams on that schedule, including a soft state and Michigan, the cheaters. So that's pretty much it, guys.